In this video, I want to address two things separately. Each, in my opinion, brings shame and embarrassment to all the decent foreign guys and expats out there who are either searching to find a genuine Filipina or those YouTube creators who are genuine in their efforts to build their channel up in a positive way. As in anything, anywhere worldwide, you'll always have a percentage of people looking to create drama or do the wrong thing by others, which is really unfortunate. But what I'm about to tell you here in this video is my view on some foreign guys who look to take unfair advantage of decent Filipinas, and those foreign and expat YouTube creators that look to bash, troll, and make up lies about other channels in order to create drama to build their own channel up. And right here, I'm about to give it to you straight with no bull. So be sure to buckle up and stay with me here. Now firstly, I want to talk about the foreign guys who look to take unfair advantage of a Filipina. These guys will usually do this in one of two ways. The first way being, he will seek and find his prey online with the specific goal to get nude pics or have explicit video chats with a Filipina. He will lie to her and make her think that he's in love with her, even though he may be married with kids in his country. And yes, I know that some Filipinas do likewise with foreign guys, but that is for other videos, which, by the way, I've done plenty on. So for this video, we'll stay on this topic. These foreign guys will even use their financial status as a way to get their own seedy desires met by offering money to Filipinas to perform certain acts or deeds online. In some cases, the Filipina may receive the money, and in other cases, she may not. But this right here, in my opinion, is taking advantage of what most likely would be a woman in poverty. These guys are using their economic power to try and get a woman to do what she normally may not do. And to me, that's every bit as despicable as the Filipinas who may target a man's emotions to gain financially from him. Make no mistake here, the guys that do this are scum. And I certainly feel not just for the Filipina, because who knows where these pics and videos may end up, but also for the man's unsuspecting wife and kids. He may pretend to be the model husband, but the reality is when he's alone, he's far different. And that brings me to the foreign guys who take it one step further. The guys who may go to the Philippines on business trips or pretend business trips where their number one goal is to bed as many Filipinas as he can whilst there. Now look, I'm not naive as to the way of the world, and if a man is totally honest with the Filipina about his situation and the fact he's only after a short time and not a long time, then all fair play if both agree. Who am I to judge anyone's morals? But as I say, it's when the deceit and lies come into play, that's when it's despicable and makes me as a foreigner feel ashamed and embarrassed, especially when these foreign guys may get the Filipina pregnant to leave her in a much tougher position with a child to raise all on her own in an already tough country. Make no mistake here, these things are very common, and many Filipinas are certainly aware of what happens because they talk to each other and stories do get around. So it's no wonder that when a decent foreign guy is trying to establish a connection with a genuine Filipina, that she may be very cautious and a little standoffish with that foreign guy. It certainly does give all foreigners a bad name, and all the decent guys, of course, will feel a sense of shame or embarrassment. Now, the second thing that I want to talk about, but not in great detail, as I don't want to promote these guys or their channels in any way. I'm talking about the expats or expat YouTube creators who are in the Philippines genre who seem to think it's all fair play to attack, troll and make up stories and lies in order to create drama on their channel, so their channel will grow at the expense and reputation of decent creators. What is even more astounding is the many people who gravitate to such channels and all join in making fun of someone publicly, telling blatant lies about them like it's fact, and then many of the viewers of those channels specifically then target a decent YouTube creator's channel to try and destroy it. It really proves to me that there are many sad people out there with boring lives, and as the proverb goes, those that live in glass houses shouldn't throw stones. These people are no different to the schoolyard bullies, and my hunch is that these guys have never grown up, and it makes them feel big to be trying to tear others down. Believe me, in my work as a counsellor since 2005, I've come across many such people who as adults never really grew up and they still think it's fun to attack others needlessly. When I see this happening, and yes, me and my channel have been attacked in this way from other so-called creators in the past, but admittedly, not to the extent that some others have. I feel total embarrassment to be a creator in the Philippines YouTube space. All any of us genuine people are trying to do is to create a channel that will be interesting or informative to others, and there's no need to be attacked or have things said about our family members or to make up blatant lies just to fill in the gaps to make a more interesting story. But you can be sure that this is what these so-called foreign and expat YouTube creators in the Philippines genre do. And as I say, they've taken their sad lives and bullyish ways and taken it to YouTube, where they'll find other sad individuals who'll believe all their rubbish and form a very sad club of bullies. Honestly, can't people see through this? How on earth can a stranger know all this information about another, right down to the very personal details? And if they've had many hours to dig very deep, how desperate and bored must they be? And this is the very reason why I work alone on YouTube and no longer make connections with other YouTubers. In the past, on 2 occasions, I'd made those connections only to be backstabbed in some way. It seems that these so-called creators like to pretend to be friends so they can try and destroy your reputation, your channel, or both. You can be sure that on this channel I steer away from that sort of poison, and my hope is that all the viewers of this channel won't buy into or even watch those channels who pretend to know so many facts about other people's lives. Talk about Nostradamus grandeur. Now here's a thought. What some of these expat vloggers in the Philippines aren't considering, or they're just very stupid, is that everyone knows someone in the Philippines. Most of us have connections, and some of us have very high connections within that country. But even for those with no connections, we all know that a gun for hire in the Philippines is very inexpensive, as life is rather cheap. There's a video on YouTube called Guns for Hire, Manila's Deadly Streets, which you'll find just by doing a search on YouTube that explains how easy it all can be. And I can assure you that if I was living in the Philippines, I wouldn't want to be making up stories about others, especially terrible stories to destroy a man's reputation just to gain a few subscribers or views on that channel. Not a chance in hell I'd be willing to take that risk. But some of these guys somehow seem to think that they're invincible. All I'll say is if you roll the dice enough times, you're certain to lose. My hope is that all the Filipinos that may watch a variety of Philippines YouTube channels realise that these guys are special cases. And most foreign guys and expats, whether they have a channel or not, are very decent people. So I give a big thumbs up to all those foreign guys and expats flying the flag high and proud for all of us. And if you want to show your support for this channel, why not become a channel member for 99 cents US per month? And be sure to like, share and subscribe for over 750 videos, and I'll see you in the next video.